Hey, welcome back everybody. It's day 3 of the July Junk Journal Challenge, and today our prompt is botanical. So I think today is going to be short and sweet. I already have this page. Now this page is part of a gel print that I created, and I will put a link in the description box below to the video where I showed you how I made these, because this is building up lots of layers on what was a fairly unsuccessful gel print originally. So okay, so botanical is a theme. As you can see, this is already got so we've already got a botanical background here. We've got some ginkgo leaves and some flowers, and what I'm going to do today is to use this as my background and do something reasonably simple. So just, and I was trying to think, this is one of my favourite techniques actually, and I was trying to think where I saw it originally, and do you know what, it may have been in one of Leigh's videos, and Leigh is hosting this challenge this year, so have a look back through her mixed media work videos, because this technique I think I originally saw there. Anyway, as you can see, a piece of just ordinary tissue paper here. Hang on. Oh, that's better, sip of tea. And I've got a pigment liner pen, which is water resistant. And I'm just sketching a few very simple flower shapes on there. And I've been doing this to just sort of get an idea of what size I need. And the shapes I might like, and I think I like this shape in particular. Ooh, I'll just put my little label somewhere safe for a minute. There we go. And look, I'm not artistic in the sense of being able to draw realistically. These flowers are really easy to do, so let me just show you. I'm going to do a slightly smaller one, I think. So you start with a little dome shape like this, and one outside petal, two outside petals, and then I tend to start with my middle one. Oh, that's not the best. Let's start that again. Always when you're showing someone else, isn't it? All right, start with your little dome shape like this. Bring your middle petal down there, and the start of your outside petals, and then this is going to be your next petal and your next one, and then you bring your bottom of your petals up in whatever sort of shape you like, really, and they don't all have to be the same. And then we start filling in some details. And it really is as simple as that. You can add extra petals in if you want to. You can have more on the outside if you want to, but that is the easiest and basic way to start. So I'm going to just do a few more of those so that I've got some different sizes to pick from. And then I'll come back and I'll show you what I'm going to be doing with them. Alright, so I've just roughly cut out 4 of those flowers that I'm reasonably happy with. And what I'm going to do now is to go round them with a little bit more precision. And then I'm going to arrange them on the page. And what you notice, I'm not going right up to the lines. I am leaving a little bit of a margin around the drawings. Now you can tear these out if you want to. I find it a little bit easier to cut, just for the effect that I want for this one particularly. If you are tearing, it's sometimes easier to use a water brush and just draw around where you want to tear things out if you're using tissue paper. Right, there's one. Let's get these others done. Right, those are all cut out. Now, when I paste these on, because it's ordinary gift wrap tissue, it is going to go really transparent. So what I'm going to do before I stick them on is to flip them over, and I'm going to add some paint to the back. I'm just going to put a little bit of acetate down underneath them here. All right, now I've got this really cool iridescent pink, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put that iridescent pink on the petals, and then once it's dry I'm going to put white over the top, because this is a really transparent, it gives a beautiful colour, but it is a really transparent paint. And so what I'm going to do is to add some white behind it, and that will give a little better, what's the word, opacity. The white is an opaque paint. I think that's the correct term. So I'm not going to be too, actually my brush is a little bit wet, I'm just going to dry that off. Just fished it out my water jar, that's better. Be too fussy. I'm just going to get some colour in behind those leaves. Right, those flowers are all dried out, so I'm just going to go over the back of them now, exactly the same, and I'm just going to add white paint, which just gives a little bit more, as I said, a little bit more opacity to them, and you'll see a bit more of that pink iridescence on the front. So if I flip this one over in a second, you'll see exactly what I mean. Let's see if I can turn this one over while it's still wet. So I've done half of this one. I don't know whether you can see the difference there. But this side you're seeing more of the pink. Sorry, this side you're seeing more of the pink than this side. You can't really, I doubt you can see it on the camera. You're going to have to trust me on this one. Right, I'm going to get the rest of these finished off. whilst those are drying, it's time to think about what else I want to put on my botanical page. I mean, it's quite a detailed background already, with quite a few layers. It's got some silver flakes in there, and obviously a number of different colours. Right, so those flowers are dry. I've pulled out a variety of sort of botanical washi tapes I've got there, and also some butterfly stickers, but I'm unsure, so I'm going to, I did think about a little bit of a text stamp in the background, but it is quite busy already. And it's one of the things I love about using pages like this in a journal is that, you've got a ready-made background, and actually sometimes you just don't need to do too much to it. So I'm going to stick these down, and then I'm going to make a decision. Use matte gel medium for this. Now, before I start putting glue on them, let's just have a look. I think about like that, they're sort of reaching for the sky. Right, so that one's got to go down first. Alright, so as you saw, I put a little, I put a thin layer of matte gel medium over the top when I stuck those down, and that just is really making sure all the edges are stuck down, and it protects them. So what I'm going to do now is just sketch with a pencil. I'm going to sketch in some stalks for our flowers, or stems, whatever you care to call them. You might choose to put a couple of leaves in as well, but I sort of want them, that reaching for the sky. Look there. All right, so I have somewhere, here we go, I've got a Posca marker. It's black, it's not a thick one, not a terribly thick one, so I should be able to get a nice kind of line in here. Alright, how do we want to finish this off? You're not loving that leaf. leave it for now. Come back to it. Right. As I said, I've pulled out some washi tape. I don't know. I feel like I need something to balance that black. Now, I'd pulled out some little words here, but I also do have some of these in black, and I'm wondering whether that might balance that up a little bit. Right, so as I say, I'm not loving this leaf, but that's okay. I'm actually just going to take some of the pencil marks out that I made and see if that, well, that does lighten it up a little bit, which I think is better. Right. The other thing I did, this is the cut apart prompt list that Leigh has supplied for us for this challenge, and I'd originally printed it like this on some brown wrapping paper, and I've been using that. What I realised today was that that's great, but I don't always want a brown background, so I've printed the list a second time, as you can see, on some white paper, and that's just going to give me the choice of labels each day. And so this one is our botanical page. So I'm just going to tear this down a little bit more. And decide where to put it now. I might just a little bit of pink ink. A little bit of pale pink here, and just give that a swipe. Just to take off that stark white. Ink pad. It's a little bit dry, it's coming to the end of its life. Never mind, that will do. Keep coming back to there, don't I? Right. Glue stick. Oh, sorry. So there we go. There's our page for the day in response to the prompt Botanical. There we go. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and share so that other people get to see too. But for now, ka kite anō. Thank you for watching.